Dear Brent, Motonosity, please come back to YouTube. I'm getting tired of watching Fastlane D scream out "baby" in all his videos. People are starting to do it in my comment section now too. It's really annoying. Your friend, Adobomoto. Let me show you guys something real quick. This is what is really shitty about Washington State. It's sunny out, but it's raining. That's the sun. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but it's f***ing raining and I gotta take the RSV4 to the dealership and the sun's out. What the f***? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh shit. I love this thing, man. It's so easy to use. Yo, look at this lifted Jetta. That's a lifted Jetta. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Alright, welcome to my 1-year review of the RSV4. I'm gonna let you guys know if it's still worth it after about a year of ownership. Let's talk about reliability real quick. That seems to be what everybody's concerned with Aprilia. The truth is, every bike has its quirks, but I will tell you that I feel like this bike is prone to like leaks or seeps. My bike started leaking recently, and after searching through some forums and asking people who have owned Aprilias for a long time, it seems to be a very common issue. Basically, it seeps oil in some major areas like the valve cover, the O-ring that separates the spark plug from the head, and the stator and clutch cover. Mine seems to only be leaking from the head area where the O-ring is, but I've also started to see some oil near the stator cover. I bought my bike in, I think, April or March of last year. It still has a 2-year warranty. This is a demo bike that I bought, so it technically wasn't brand new, but honestly, that issue doesn't really bother me because I can replace gaskets pretty easily. Another reason I think it's a common issue that these things leak or seep oil from these areas is because if you go to the AF1 Racing website, which is basically where you can buy OEM parts, they have a full gasket kit. And again, I've heard people say this is a common issue, but again, gaskets, not a big deal to me. Whew, it's been like an hour or so of driving. There's just a ton of traffic right now, especially when I got to like Bellevue area. Stopped by this community center to take a leak. What an adventure so far. I'm almost like regretting not just fixing this myself, but whatever, we're already here. Dealer network seems to be a huge concern with Aprilia, and I'm going to tell you firsthand, if you don't live near an Aprilia dealership and your bike is under warranty and you need to take it in for warranty work, the shops that typically are around me are small. There's only one dealership here in Washington that deals with Aprilia, and they do have to order some parts, and some of those parts do take forever to come in. So right now I am dealing with a warranty issue, and they did have to wait for some of those gaskets to come in before I could have even brought this bike in. And also the dealership is about an hour away from my house, so I have to trek it over there an hour, drop the bike off, drive back home an hour, and then come back the next day or two, another hour of driving and another hour of driving back. So it's going to be a 4-hour trip just to get this service done. Super annoying, but again, not uncommon with Aprilias. Let's talk about some performance aspects of this bike. This bike has 200 horsepower, just like a lot of these other super bikes. This one actually delivers the power very linear. I would say even more linear than the BMW S1000RR, and definitely way more linear than the Panigale V4S, at least the 2018 that I own. The BMW S1000RR is a very confidence-inspiring motorcycle, but this is as well, especially for a V4. V4s are known for a lot of torque, and typically that amount of torque is very difficult to handle, but on the V4, because it's so linear, it's almost confidence inspiring. I ride this bike only in race mode. I've tried sport mode, especially here in the wet, but I've gotten used to the throttle now that I just keep it in race mode all the time. Now, what about aftermarket part support? Like for me, the only thing I really wanted with this bike was an exhaust. And what I love about this motorcycle is the catalytic converter is actually attached to the can. Let me say that again. The catalytic converter is actually attached to the muffler, and doing a cat delete on this is as easy as sticking on one of these. It's basically just a pipe that gets rid of the cat, and then you got the muffler right here. I'm not entirely sure what else you would want to upgrade on a bike like this. I do have the race map or the race up map for this bike. It was flashed by the dealer along with my Aprilia exhaust, so the warranty with this bike is completely valid. I may do like an adjustable clip-on set with a new top yoke. I'm definitely gonna add some Woodcraft rear sets. I've done the 520 chain conversion already. But again, there's really not much to do with this bike. Maybe I could add nitrous or something. Yeah. So the RS-V4 platform is actually extremely easy to work on. Taking off the fairings once you figure out that the middle comes off first is actually extremely easy and quick. All the really important bolts are labeled with an Aprilia. And even taking off the gas tank makes so much sense. You can set the gas tank down flat on the ground, and the fuel pump and the fuel lines are not in the way. Like, I know some motorcycles are very annoying when it comes to taking off the tank because you have to find a place to set down the tank and you have to set it down a certain way, but this one you could just set it straight on the ground. Everything is off of the ground that can be crushed or pinched, and even the fuel line itself is off to the side, unlike others where I've seen they're just right in the middle. This bike has got to be one of the easiest bikes I've ever worked on. So compared to other dashes or screens, this screen is actually pretty small. I had a BMW S1000 RRM package and the screen was huge, and that's pretty much one of my only gripes with this motorcycle. But the good thing with that is it kind of helps you not look down at the dash. Like, it's not this big distraction. And I know a lot of times when we're riding, we love looking at a dash and it's beautiful and it's big. But again, with these big digital TFT full color displays, it can be a very distracting thing. I've been trying not to look down at what gear I'm in, and I'm still having a hard time doing that because the gear indicator is so large and so prominent. Like, it's hard not to like look down to see what gear you're in. But again, that's a really small gripe. Okay, so finding OEM parts on eBay for this bike specifically is very difficult. I feel like I can find Japanese parts a lot easier. Like, for instance, I needed to replace this one. I ended up buying one for an RR, and it's the same exact part. It just doesn't have these decals, and I had to order these decals. What's funny is I paid $100 on eBay for that OEM part, and then for the stickers I paid like 50 bucks, like for these stickers right here. So if you're buying a 2021 and up, the warranty is actually extendable. As long as you buy the extended warranty, I think within the first year of ownership, you can extend it up to 3 years, which is like an extra year over the 2, or an extra 2 years over the 2, which makes it a 4-year warranty total. And I think BMW is praised to be like the best one, but I think theirs is only 3 years. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Aprilia currently has the best warranty out there right now. What about the build quality? A lot of people keep telling me that the build quality sucks on this. Okay, and I'm gonna give you this example again. Look how thick and stout these fairings are. OEM fairings are definitely super thick and stout, made to like go down in a crash. I know these carbon fiber pieces right here, these winglets, they're gonna be harder to find over time, and people are gonna want a ton of money for them because they did move now to the dinner plate looking design, and I don't think it's carbon fiber, but I really wanted these square ones. It's just, I don't know. I know I'm never gonna take advantage of the downforce that it has, but I think these OGs are insane, man. I love them. This center piece gets fogged up when it's cold. That's annoying. It's pretty ugly the way it is, but it is what it is. So at the end of the day, this bike does have its quirks just like any others, but honestly the sound and the fact that not a lot of people have these is the reason I got it. I had the V4S before, which I loved. I love the sound of that bike. I love the look of that bike, but as they came out with more and more people got them. I don't know, I'm just weird like that. I want a motorcycle that not a lot of people have. I haven't seen a lot of these around me, and I'm super happy with my purchase. Do I think this is gonna be a forever bike? Nah, probably not. I have it on sale right now on Facebook Marketplace, but I don't think anybody's gonna buy it anyway. Everybody's freaking broke. So I plan to keep it as long as I can. It seems like you guys love this bike, and I do too. Later, Aprilia.